All right, here we are moving on the algebra review. Two inequalities are graphed. Which region represents the solution to the system? Solution to the system of two inequalities sounds really scary. I get it. It just means the part that got colored in twice. The answer is D. That's all you have to do on that problem. Just look for the spot that got colored in twice. Okay, number 15. Organizers need to prepare at least 200 notepads and have a budget of 160. Store sells notepads in packages of 24 and packages of 6. So I can tell the 24x and 6y is greater than or equal to 200. This is saying that there's at least 200 notepads. Okay, so this is only talking about notepads. It doesn't give me any information about anything else. It only talks about the number of notepads. I can also see that there's a budget of $160. The other equation, the other inequality, talks about money. And the budget needs to be less than or equal to 160. So now when I look at this, I can tell that 16x and 540y, that must talk about money. So the second inequality tells us that the 24 packs cost $16. And the 6 packs cost $5.40. And I can tell that because I'm looking at how x in the first equation talks about packs of 24. So x in the second inequality needs to talk about the same thing. It's still talking about packs of 24. But the second inequality is talking about money, and the first inequality is talking about how many notepads you're purchasing. All right, part B here, incomplete graphs of the inequalities showing only the boundary lines. Which graph represents the boundary line of the second inequality? So the second inequality, I know immediately when I look at the second inequality, I know that 16 times 10 is 160. Now why does that help me here? The second inequality says 16x plus 540y equals 160. And if I just imagine 0 for the y value, let's just zero that out. I'm thinking x has to be 10. That means that this graph right here, the one that touches x equals 10 when y equals 0, that graph has to be the second inequality. If I trace that line back through, it makes sense to me that I could buy, I don't know, a little bit, about 30 of them, of the other one, because 30 times 540 is probably close to 160. Okay. Complete the graphs to show the solution set to the system of inequalities. So the second inequality is talking about money. I can't spend above the line. I have to buy less than that. So I'm going to shade everything that's below the line that I just said was the second inequality. The other one says they need to prepare at least 200 notepads, so that's going to be everything above this other line. All together, we get this little purple region here, this like triangular zone. That will be the solution region. Find a possible combination that they could order. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like maybe they could order like 9 and 1. I can't really tell from the graph. Let's just double check that. If they bought 9 copies of 24, well, you can use a calculator for this. So let's see, 24 times x plus 6 times y. Yeah, so I just took the 24x plus 6y and I typed a 9 and a 1 in. That's at least 200 notepads. That looks good. The other one is 16 times 9 plus 540 times 1, and that's 149. So that comes in under budget and at least notepads. There's other solutions you could find too. All right. Was that it for that page? That's it for that page.